Welcome back. Joining us here at the Lethbridge Military Museum is Warrant Officer retired Glenn Miller. Now, Glenn, I see that you have actually changed into your Legion uniform, looking very sharp, obviously, for Veterans Week. We're both wearing our poppies, which I'm so happy that I remembered it today. Now, speaking of which, I would really love for you to give us all a little lesson on poppy etiquette. What's the proper placement, the proper place to wear it on your body, and why is it important?
Well, first of all, you can wear a poppy any day of the year. You're not restricted just Remembrance Day. Leading up on Veterans Week, we have Tag Day, and that's when it's first offered to the public for free. And then any donations are gratefully accepted, and that goes towards the work of the veterans and their families. Wow. Now, poppies come in many sizes. The shape of the poppy, of course, is historic. You can get poppy earrings. You can get poppy stickers for the younger
earrings.
Kids.
I want to know where to get these.
You can get them at the Legion,
okay.
Or you can order them online through the Royal Canadian Legion as well.
All right.
Another benefit of being a member of the Legion.
Nice.
In fact, I know one lady whose personal story for her, and she has a poppy on her hip in remembrance of a loved one.
Wow.
So that's, it's rewarding for me as a veteran to see that too, because obviously that means a lot to her and her family. So to wear a poppy, put it over your heart on the left-hand side, and there's a black middle, and so sometimes people use a small Canadian pin to affix the poppy to their attire, and that's not quite proper etiquette. Shouldn't be anything other than the black center.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, thank you very much for that little lesson. And of course, speaking of teaching moments, you always take the opportunity to head down to the Cenotaph as well and teach the kids, I guess young and old students alike, about the Cenotaph, right?
That's right. And for me, as part of the Legion, we just pass on remembrance. We're all about remembrance, but how do we pass that on? And so the younger, the better. And if you take a kindergarten student or preschool student, they're going to go to a Remembrance Day ceremony somewhere, and there's a cenotaph involved. But at what point does the child ever get taught what a cenotaph is? And a cenotaph, and I didn't know this, is it's an empty tomb. Wow. And of course, many cenotaphs across Canada have names, but really there's no bodies underneath. So the children understand that there's a cemetery, and whenever there's a marker, there's a person underneath that marker. In our communities across Canada, if there's names, that's a way of the community kind of closing the loop, because at World War I and World War II, the bodies, you always got buried where you fell. In Afghanistan now we bring home the bodies with the ramp ceremony. And so with the children, this is the cenotaph. Each name has a story to tell. In their generation, does anybody know what all those names and their stories are? So it's a way of community engagement, because the cenotaph belongs to the community.
Excellent. Glenn, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with us. Now, it is Veterans Week, so of course we think about the veterans, but it's also important to realize that there are many, actually thousands of active soldiers across Canada, overseas, doing peacekeeping missions, and there is a local dental office. Now, many of these soldiers don't get to take part in holidays like Halloween trick-or-treating with their kids. So a local dental office here in town decided to collect some candy from Lethbridge kids, and they're going to ship those the candies overseas to the soldiers. So Able Dental Group has managed to collect more than 900 pounds of candy from Lethbridge children. Take a look at this.